Welcome to my student. Now today's lectures we have discussed the points the Peener's work for the synthesis of nicotine. Firstly, the nicotine, the scientist Peener do the work with bromine in acetic acid and they gives the hydrobromide, perbromide, and then which on treatment with aqueous H2SO4 can convert it into dibromo 14. This dibromo 14 on heating with the mixture of sulfurous and sulfuric acids at 130 to 140 degrees centigrade, and then this is a dibromo 14 can heated with this is the sulfurous and sulfuric acid at 130 and 140 degrees centigrade. It's converted into 3-acetyl pyridine and oxalic acids and the methylamine. In second step, what happens? This nicotine treat with the bromine in HCl. They use dibromo piconine, and this dibromo piconine heating with this barium hydroxide at 100 degrees centigrade, and they use the nicotinic acid, malonic acids, and methylamine. From those reactions, Pierre, the scientist Peener, shows that nicotine it must have the structures as like the first structures, right? Structure first, but on the basis of the structure, the formation of Peener dibromo, this is a Peener dibromo derivatives, and their further their decomposition can be explained as like this. Firstly, those molecules can treat with the bromine in acetic acid, as sulfurous acid to get this is a dibromo, and then after taken with this sulfuric acids and sulfuric acids, then what happens? Breaking of those ring can take place as like this. Those band, this means the formation of acetyl 3-acetyl pyridine. One of these molecules containing oxalic acids, and one is methylamine. So this is a methylamine molecules. This is a 3-acetyl pyridine, and another is a oxalic acid at this position. So these three molecules can be obtained. In second possibility also can done. So those molecules can treat with bromine in hydrobromic acids. Then what happens? The bromonation can take place at this position, and then those molecules can treat with barium hydroxide to give a nicotinic acid, malonic acid, and methylamine. From those Peener's work, the Peener shows that nicotine must have the structure as like this. Now, the synthesis can be done for the nicotine from nicotinic acids. Firstly, this is a succinic anhydride can treat with reduction, electrolytic reduction to get this carbonyl group can reduce to alkane as like this. Then those molecules can treat with methyl dimethyl sulfate. So methylation can take place at the nitrogen due to lone pair of these nitrogens is attack on this methyl. So methylation can take place at the nitrogen. So this is the products. In second step, what happens? This nicotinic acid treat with the ethyl alcohol. So ethyl benzoate will got the products. It is a esterification type can reaction take place. Right? So esterification reaction. It means this OH is firstly protonated, OH convert to OH2 plus, then ethyl alcohol is attack on carbonyl carbon and replace these water molecules and reason. So ethyl benzoate they will be products. And then next step, the two molecules can condense with each other. Those molecules and these molecules can condense with each other. How will you condense this? It is a very simple by using the weak base like sodium ethoxide take place by Claisen condensation reaction as like sodium ethoxide base to form the carbanion at this position of this ring, and this carbanion then attack on this carbonyl carbon replace this ethoxy group. So this is a Claisen condensation type of reaction can take place here. And then after those product can treat with hydrochloric acid at 130 degrees centigrade. Then what happens? By taking the hydrochloric acid, breaking of these bond can take place from carbon to nitrogen. Right? This is a hydrolysis type of reaction can be done. So after breaking of these bonds, it is a COOH like this, COOH, it is the NH, right? This is NH, CH3. And then after heating those molecules, loss of CO2 can take place. This is a loss of CO2 can take place and to get the CH2. Then those molecules can treat with the zinc dust. You know that role of zinc dust. Zinc dust are mainly used reduction of this carbonyl group can reduce to alcohol, right? In presence of C2H5 and NaOH, it is the alcoholic condition. The zinc dust reduce carbonyl group to OH. And then after those molecules can treat with hydroiodic acid at 100 degrees centigrade. Then what happens? OH replaced by I. You know that alcohol type of reactions, alcohol, the any acids that is a HCl can take place. Then OH replaced by Cl. HI can take place. Iodide is replaced by OH. Sorry, OH replaced by I. So this is OH replaced by I. Those structures will be resemble same like to those can modify as like this. Then what happens? By using NaOH is a strong base. This strong base, what happens? This strong base NH2 is attack on this carbon and replace iodide. And this OH minus pick up the proton from this NH2, which is act as a neutralize OH minus. Other one part is remaining. So this NH2 is converted into NH. NH is converted to NH2 by pick up the protons from this hydroiodic acid. And also this OH minus replaced by I. So these two reactions can be done. And these are the NH2 group neutralized by taking the OH minus proton from this NH2, and this lone pair of the nitrogen will attack on this carbonyl and replace iodide to get nicotine as the products. Right? Next parts, now we are going to discuss some harmful effect of the nicotine. Most of the nicotine which are very harmful effect on the human beings. So nicotine is strongly basic liquids having the boiling point is 247 degrees centigrade. They are very poisonous alkaloids, about 40 milligram being a fatal dose for human. So some these harmful effect. First is a blood circulation effect. So formation of blood clots and plaque formation on the artery wall can take place. Brain. What is the effect of brain? Dizziness and lightheadedness, irregular or disturb the sleep. So such effects which are affect on the brain. Gastrointestinal system, nausea, vomiting, dry mouth, indigestion, peptic ulcers, heartburn, and diarrhea. Such effect will be affect on gastrointestinal system. Next is a heart. They also affect on the heart as like change in heart rate, rhythm, increased blood pressure, risk of stroke, such effects. Other effects like lung spasms, pneumonia, risk of diabetes, joint pain. These are the effects also on the human beings. Next part, hormones. Hormones. Hormones are the organic substances. They are secreted by the ductal glands and helps in the chemical coordination of the various processes going on in the body. They are also present in the plant kingdom. Changes such as the elongation of the individual plant stem, roots due to special hormones termed auxins. They are secreted by the apical regions, which spread by diffusion throughout the plant. So classification can be done by hormones like four classes. First one, peptide or protein hormones. Next, amino acid and derivatives. Third, fatty acids. And fourth one, steroids. So peptide or protein hormones as like TRH, insulin, etc. Next is amino acid derivatives like adrenaline, catecholamine, thyroids. Next, fatty acids, for example, eicosanoids. Another name is prostaglandins. Next, hormones is steroid hormones, for example, cholesterol, testosterone, etc. Next part is adrenaline. Another name is epinephrine. So this adrenaline, it is a internal secretion of the medulla part of the adrenal gland. This is isolated in a crystalline form by Tokamin and Aldrich in 1901. They are naturally occurring forms laboratory, while synthetic one is racemic. Farmer is twice as active as a better. But they also very important functions of adrenaline are increase the blood pressure. It is used to stop blood hemorrhage. Next, it is a hormone is active only when given in the form of injections. So these two examples which are the adrenaline like epinephrine and it is a norepinephrine. So what is the difference between epinephrine and epinephrine and norepinephrine is, so what is the difference? It is present CH2NH2, it is a primary amine and it is a present in a secondary amine, right? Next parts we have see synthesis of adrenaline. So how will you synthesize? For those synthesis can be done by using the catechol treated with chloroacetic acid in presence of phosphorus xylochloride and gives alpha chloro 3,4 hydroxyacetophenone. Which one treatment with methylamine and followed by reduction of gabapentin. Right. So firstly, this is a catechol. Catechol treat with chloroacetic acid in presence of trichlorophosphine. Then what happens? It is a Friedel-Crafts alkylation type of reaction. So this part will attach to this position. Then what happens? CH3NH2. So NH2 will attack on this carbon and replace this Cl. So this is NHCH2CH3. Then what happens? Those molecules can treat with H2 palladium in reduction. So which bond can be reduced? H2 palladium. They will reduce carbonyl group to OH. Right? Carbonyl group to H2 palladium. They will reduce carbonyl group to OH. So this is a adrenaline. This is for adrenaline. Next part and last part in the chapters, oat synthesis. The scientist oats can synthesize proto-catechubic aldehyde on treatment with hydrogen cyanide. They use cyanohydrogens. Which on reduction followed by N-methylation gives the plus minus adrenaline as like this. So this is the proto-catechubic aldehyde. So hydrogen cyanide. This cyanide can react with aldehyde to form cyanohydride like this. CnOH. This is called as cyanohydride in presence of phosphorus trichloride. Then those treat with H2 nickel. H2 nickel mainly used for the reduction. It means carbon nitrogen triple bond. They will convert to CH2 NH2 like this. CH2 NH2. Then these molecules can treat with CH3I. Then this NH molecules can treat to get NHCS3, right? These molecules can treat with methyl iodide to get NHCS3. And then after treat with H2 palladium are here. So one of the missing is there. So sorry. It is H2 palladium this H2 palladium to gives reduction. Which bond can reduce? This carbonyl group reduce to OH. Right? This is part which are before. It means this NH2. This is not done. Right? So this convert firstly the CH2 NH2 and treat, then NHCS3 will be there. Then treat with H2 palladium. H2 palladium convert this carbonyl group to OH. So methylation and it gives adrenaline. Okay. Thank you.